All right, good morning. This is the final video in the series that I've recorded for Gator Tank for next week, and it refers to the role of the banker. As I've explained in the previous videos, there are basically two roles that will be fulfilled by all of you next week, either as an investor, alone or as part of a syndicate, or as the owner of a business attempting to sell the shares of the company, either in total or partially, to the investors. Now, in order to make it a bit more exciting, the investors have the opportunity of borrowing up to 100% of its equity capital from the bank. In other words, the investors or the investor can borrow exactly the same amount of money or up to the same amount of money that they have available from their investment pool from the bank in order to finance the purchase of the company. That gives them more power in terms of the amount of money that they're able to spend. However, it also makes the process a little bit more complicated because the bank has to approve the loan application before the term sheet can be deemed finalized. So the minimum requirement for a successful loan application on the part of the investors is that they bring a signed term sheet from themselves and the company detailing the amount of the loan, the total investment, and the percentage of the company acquired, along with a 5-year projected cash flow statement, which the company will have provided them with. The loans are all for the same amount. They're all 7.5%, with a bullet payment at the end of every year, 5-year maturity, and first lien on all the assets of the company. So there's no need to negotiate the actual terms because they're the same for everybody. However, the banker has considerable leeway because his job is threefold. First, he has to check that the term sheet and the individual terms have been completed and signed. Secondly, he has to review the viability of the loan by checking the interest payments against the cash flows on a 3 times covenant, and the value of the loan against the book value of the assets of the business. Now, you can't go and check those with the individual company. They've got to be just written down on the term sheet. And he can make the loan if the interest payment of 7.5% of the loan amount is a third or less of EBITDA. And he can calculate that whichever way he likes. He can have it on this year's EBITDA. He can have it on average EBITDA. He can have it on EBITDA across the whole spectrum. That's up to him to calculate, or her, to calculate exactly how that loan covenant is going to be processed, or that the loan amount is covered by the net assets. So if it's an asset-light business, like a service company, then that's not going to be as relevant as if it's a property company. And then finally has to approve or deny the loan application by signing off on the term sheet, and only then, once the bank has approved the term sheet, is the term sheet ready and finished. Of course, if the deal is rejected, then the investors have to return and negotiate if there's time, otherwise they've lost the deal. So the banker's role is an important one if the investors choose to leverage their position by applying for bank financing to supplement their equity. That's it. It's going to be a fun job, I think. and will be as close to real life as possible, because the ones who do get their loan applications rejected are going to be angry as hell, and the bankers can slow down or accelerate the process considerably. So I look forward to seeing you all next week. That's the banker's job. That's the last of the videos that I'll be recording for this purpose. And as last time, I look forward to seeing you all at Gator Tank next week. Thank you and bye-bye.